Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a comparison between the Sony ULT 5 on the left and the ULT 3 on the right. These are obviously the two new field speakers in Sony's Ultimate range. And yeah, I mean, I've done two individual reviews on these speakers now, so if you've watched those, you'll be fairly familiar with them. I think these are some of the best speakers Sony have released ever. I think, to be honest, they top quite easily their kind of portfolio. So both of these are great speakers and great examples, but obviously this is a video for someone who's contemplating maybe upgrading from the Field 3, or they don't have either and you're deciding which one is right for you. So obviously at the end of the day, this is just my opinion, but I'm going to give you the facts, explain my opinion, and obviously you can make your own decision. So yeah, spec-wise, the Field 5 retails for $260. This is obviously brand new from the Sony store at the moment on effectively week 1 of launch. And the Sony ULT Field 3 retails for $179, so $180. So you're saving £80 already just by getting the Field 3. So it's about £80 cheaper. Obviously, we're going to bear that in mind for the rest of the comparison, because yeah, that is a significant amount to save, but also significantly more speaker, I think, on the Field 5. So yeah, we'll bear that in mind. As for the drivers, on the Field 5, you have a woofer and 2 tweeters. On the Field 3, you have 1 woofer and 1 tweeter. So you're missing 1 tweeter on the Field 3. As for the size of those as well, the woofer on the Field 5 is 79 by 102 mil. The woofer on the Field 3 is 86 by 46 mil. So yeah, about 40 mil, well 20 mil each side, smaller. So yeah, a smaller woofer. And then the 2 tweeters in the Field 5 are 46 mil, and the 1 tweeter in the Field 3 is 20 mil. So also each tweeter in the Field 5 is 26 mil bigger than the one in the Field 3, and obviously there's 2 of them. So on the drivers, I think we're already kind of seeing where the £80 increase is coming from. You've got a bigger woofer, an extra tweeter, and they're bigger as well. Weight-wise, Field 5 is 3.3 kilos, and the Field 3 is 1.2 kilos. So that might be a big driver for some people. You're saving some money, but also this is more portable, the Field 3, obviously. It's lighter weight, like literally a third almost of the weight, obviously a bit smaller as well, so easier to just pack into a bag. Bluetooth versions, according to Sony's website, the Field 5 is running 5.3 and the Field 3 is running 5.2, so like 0.1 versions behind on the Field 3. I don't think in any scenario you're going to notice that, but might be worth pointing out. They both support stereo pairing and party connecting with the rest of the Sony ULT range. The frequency hertz is the same. It's 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which is very strong on both. They're both IP67, so they can be taken outside, dustproof, waterproof, all the rest of it. As for the battery on the ULT Field 5 is 25 hours, and on the Field 3 is 24 hours. So yeah, 1 hour difference. Probably in reality you're not going to notice that, seeing as if you play at a higher volume it's going to be less anyway. But yeah, pretty much the same battery. As for the fast charging capabilities, the Field 5 out of a 10-minute charge can get 100 minutes of playtime. The Field 3 out of a 10-minute charge can get 120 minutes of playtime, so 2 hours. So you're getting a bit more for your charge with the fast charging on the Field 3, presumably because it's a smaller battery. They both charge through USB-C as well. As for the rest of the I/O, the Field 3 literally only has a USB-C on the back. That's quite literally it. So it, USB-C in and out. The Field 5 has an aux as well. So if you're someone that wants to plug this into a laptop or a TV or an Xbox or anything else, then you're kind of locked into the Field 5 because you may need that aux port. They both have a shoulder strap. You can see the Field 5 has a shoulder strap on at the moment. The same model, like the same design of shoulder strap comes with the Field 3 as well. I just don't have it on at the moment. And yeah, they can both act as power banks as well. So they both you need to have a USB-C cable, obviously, because it would be USB-C out. But yeah, they can both act as power banks. So a kind of largely similar spec list in terms of actual features, and the battery is largely similar. Realistically, obviously, it's just the actual drivers and the weight of the thing, which is going to make the biggest difference here. It's also worth noting that the Sony Field 5 has lights. So it has lighting inside the passive radiators, and that kind of bleeds through into the front as well on the edges there, which obviously you could be able to see in the sound test. But yeah, so that is going to mean, well, it's going to mean anything, but it means it's an extra thing to notice is that you do have lights. Also, as for the alt modes on top, they've obviously both got that alt button on top, but the Field 5 has two options. It has alt mode 1 and alt mode 2. Alt mode 1 is kind of for deeper bass, and alt mode 2 is for more punchy bass, so you do get a bit more customization there. On the Field 3, you just get alt mode on or off effectively, so you don't have that same level of kind of customization there, but I find that I quite like it on alt mode 2 anyway, and the Field 3 seems to replicate that for me. But yeah, we will have we'll do the side-by-side sound test now. Obviously you'll have the individual decibel meters and frequency range chart on each video, and I'll just cut between them throughout the song and we can listen to what they sound like, and I'll speak about it afterwards. Okay, so comparison over. I think they both put up a really strong fight. Like I said at the start, these are the best Sony speakers in the lineup for me. I think neither one is a bad buy. If it was me, I'll just come right out with it. I would buy the Field 5. I think it's worth the extra £80. I think the sound is that much stronger. The bass is a bit nicer, and I am a bit of a sucker for lights on a speaker of this kind of style. I just think it adds quite a lot to the experience, if you will. And I think the Field 5 looks a bit better as well for someone like me who kind of, like, if I was to take it anywhere, I'd take it in a car, or I'd just take it in the garden, or I'd use it at home. So the more weight and the actual physical bigger size of it doesn't really bother me. I'm happy to trade that for the nicer sound, the stronger bass, the kind of slightly more balanced sound as well, and the lights. So I would get the Field 5 for those reasons. But like I said, if you want a smaller, sleeker, lighter speaker to carry around with you that has realistically, you know, it's definitely not bad sound. It's only a notch behind the Field 5, and that's only due to size, really. You've still got passive radiators, you've still got the alt modes, you've still got the rest of the Sony features, and you've still got very good sound for its size and price. I think it just depends on whether you want to spend the extra money, have the extra lights, the extra size, the extra tweeter, the slightly bigger drivers, and go for the Field 5. But yeah, hopefully the sound test, the side-by-side actually helped you kind of distinguish between the two. Hopefully you can hear the difference between the Field 3 and the Field 5. I just think the bass, and obviously the volume is louder, but the bass is stronger on the Field 5, and it does sound just a little bit more rich. Like, it sounds like you're listening to a much bigger speaker, you know, more so than it even physically is. But yeah, like I said, neither is a bad speaker. Whichever you choose, you'll be getting a great option. I don't think you would regret either. But yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully you found this useful. Which one will you be picking up?